What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to go with the spicy sloppy Joe grilled cheese on the Blackstone. So let's get started. All right, friends. So I have got two burners here going on a medium heat. My third burner right here, I actually have it turned off. This one over here is more on a lower heat because I'm going to use this to start toasting my bread here in a moment at the same time. But let's get some of these ingredients started for our spicy sloppy Joe grilled cheese. So we're going to start with taking a little bit of butter, putting it right there on that griddle. Come right behind it here, we're going to add just a little bit of garlic. Just a little bit of minced garlic here. And I've got a small white onion that I diced up as well. So we'll go ahead and start to brown that now. You could use a green pepper, like a diced up green pepper in this mixture at the same time. Because I'm going a little spicier, I've got some fresh diced up jalapeno. So we're going to let these sit on this medium heat. We'll turn it a few times as well in that butter. Let these start to brown. And at that same time, we will start to get our bread going. So I've got some thicker cut brioche bread. You could use like a Texas toast bread. That would be really good for this sandwich as well. Let these start to brown, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that bread next. All right, friends, so what I've done here is take some of that brioche bread, and I'm going to put a little butter on one side. We're going to get those nice and toasted, and we'll pull them off, so that's just already done. As you guys know, my friends, when you got that Blackstone going, you kind of have to have everything ready to go, because if you forget something goes untimely here, you're likely to mess up something else. So, all right, so we're going to start toasting that bread. I got that turned down nice and low. I'm going to turn those garlic and onion and jalapenos here one more time. Start to spread them out a little bit because we're going to come here in just a moment. And what we're going to do next is we're going to take some ground beef and put it on here and start to blend it and let that ground beef start to brown with those jalapenos, onions, and that garlic. So for this recipe, I got about 1.25 pounds of 80/20 ground beef here we're going to use today. And for this recipe, I'll go ahead and start to spread these out a little bit. We're just going to go ahead and take that ground beef, put it right on the top, let it start to brown, then we'll start to break it apart. Well, friends, now you can see that bread is perfectly toasted. So we're going to take that off to the side here. I'm going to cover it just to keep it warm. We'll come back and use that in just a moment. And you can also tell over here, I've already began to break apart that ground beef. So you can start to brown up a little bit with those jalapenos, onions, and garlic. In just a moment, we'll add some more ingredients. Ground beef is ready to go. So in order to make this not as sloppy on my Blackstone tonight, as I'm adding some wet ingredients here, and just to be honest, for my own sanity, to make it easier to clean later, I got myself a small aluminum tin here that we're going to take our ground beef now and put it in that tin. And then we're going to add our other ingredients and mix them together, but we're going to set the tin on the Blackstone here and just kind of keep things nice and warm along the way. Turn that heat down there. It's nice and low. Only really need one burner on for this one. So now that beef is in there, so we're going to start to add some of our other ingredients, my friends. So now we're going to start with adding some ketchup. Now you could use regular ketchup if you don't want a spicy version. I got myself some spicy ketchup here. So for the spicy ketchup, we're going to add about 1/2 cup. And of course, I'm not really measuring anything. We're just eyeing it up here. There we go. All right. We'll also add a little bit of yellow mustard. You could go with a different type of mustard if you like at the same time. This yellow mustard, we're going to go with about 2 tablespoons. There we go. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of brown sugar. And I got about 1/3 of a cup of packed brown sugar here. So we're going to knock that out of there, out of that measuring cup. Add a little bit of chili powder. For this chili powder, really need about a tablespoon. Don't be shy with that, even though I'm using that spicy ketchup as well. And then we'll go ahead and finish it off with a little bit of fresh ground pepper. And then we're going to hit it with some kosher salt as well, my friends. All right, so now we got all those ingredients. And we're going to begin to mix those together. All right, let's blend that together. Nice on that low heat. This will not take very long, just a few minutes. And then we'll start building those grilled cheese sandwiches. Well, friends, let's build the first Sloppy Joe grilled cheese here, that old spicy edition. So we'll take that piece of bread. We're going to take some of that meat on here as well. I'm sure some of it will fall off since it is ground beef. I'm using a little bit of a slotted spoon here. Keep some of that grease in my pan so my bread doesn't get super soggy on me. This meat sauce, it just smells delicious, my friends. Absolutely delicious. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We got that part finished out. I'm going to put 2 types of cheeses on here. I'm going to go with some fresh shredded sharp cheddar cheese. Shred it yourself, my friends. Do not get the pre-shredded stuff. I'll throw some of that on there, as well as some fresh shredded Monterey Jack. So we got kind of 2 colors here, 2 different types of cheeses. I'm going to grab that other piece of toast on the top. And then I'm going to take my cover here and let that begin to melt. We'll do this with my other ones as well and finish building those grilled cheeses. And then we're going to have a taste test. All right, friends, moment of truth. Those spicy Sloppy Joes are off the Blackstone. You can smell those the ingredients right now just coming right through my nose as I'm getting ready to take a bite off one of these, and let's give it a taste test. Oh my gosh. Might need a paper towel. Woo. Absolutely perfect, my friends. You do not need to buy the store pre-made Sloppy Joe mixtures at home. This is how you do it, especially if you're going to be outside on the griddle. Keep things nice and easy for yourselves. There were no hard ingredients here, nothing that took a lot of time, very little prep. Chop those jalapenos, those onions, get everything else ready to go. So very easy recipe, especially for a weeknight. Got a family, just want something quick and easy, especially if they like Sloppy Joes. This would be a great little twist on things for them as well. Love the fact that they use that Monterey Jack and that sharp cheddar. You guys will, try out your own cheeses. You know what cheeses you like. If you don't like, you can get a little crazy. Throw some bacon on there as well, because nothing is bad with bacon. If you like what we're doing, remember, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make some comments down below after you've made this recipe. Love to hear from you as well. We'll see you guys again on Bones and Brews.